Hello and welcome back to another overlanding video. Today we're embarking on a journey to the Tetons in Wyoming, and here's my GX, and I have an Alucab Gen 3R that we're going to be sleeping on. It's me, my fiance Lexie, and our puppy Poppy, who's going to be sleeping inside the car actually, and we'll give a plan on the inside of the car. All right, we're on the road. We're just north of Fort Collins going through Wellington, and we are, and this is Lexie. Some of you may know her. She used to be an out-of-spec employee, but then I stole her to be my fiance. And then this is our dog, Poppy, who is sleeping back here. The car is fully loaded. We have no more space for anything. We wanted to bring a paddleboard because our campsite tonight, which is going to be an hour south of Tetons, has a gorgeous lake that we're going to stay at, but didn't have space. So maybe we could figure that out in the future, how to stuff all of this and what's the thing called? What? A paddleboard. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Here's our first official real stop. We're in Rawlins, parked up right there. We use the bathroom, letting her stretch her legs and everything. It just makes it easy because she just sleeps in the car, which is super nice. I do want to get a crash-rated crate for her so that she can fully relax, but she's been pretty good so far. And yeah, I mean, we just have about 4.5 hours left to go, and then we'll be at our campsite. And then here's a nice Enos Grenadier with a setup. We've realized everyone's going to Overland Expo this weekend while we're heading the opposite way, so we've seen a bunch of rigs out going towards Colorado. So we were planning on going up to Green River, and there's a beautiful lake up there that you can camp near, but unfortunately there's a gigantic fire that's 600 acres that started today. So we're just going to go straight to the Tetons and go to Shadow Mountain, which was our intent for tomorrow night, but we're just going to go to it tonight, and hopefully we'll be able to find a spot.
Hopefully we find a good spot. Can you tell about our patches up here?
Yeah, so 90% of them are places we've been to in this car and camped for the most part, like Twin Lakes, Lake of the Ozarks, because we took a trip out to the East Coast when we first started dating and took this car and camped in the back.
Oh, and then some of them actually have no place.
Yeah, Lexie hates them
being in here.
But for the most part, everything is where we've been, except for like the Virgin Islands right there, and Hawaii the car obviously hasn't been to.
Terrible camera work.
We just get patches wherever we take this car for the most part, or if we're visiting somewhere and don't have the car, we'll pick up a patch and put it on the visor or headliner.
Yeah.
Just entered Grand Teton National Park. We picked up some McDonald's because we were both starving, and we're getting to camp at 8:30, 9 o'clock, so we figured might as well just grab some food now before we set up camp. So I think we're camping on this mountain ridge here in front of us up there, and then so we'll have a great view of the Tetons in the morning, especially now too. Well, this is our campsite of last night, and it was a disaster. We went to Shadow Mountain and everything was packed, and we didn't get off trail till like 10 o'clock. So today we're going to go to downtown Jackson, get some coffee, some snacks, and then try and find a campsite. At least now we have a bunch of daylight and it's nice outside, so it should be good. Poppy's very eager to get back in the car. So let's go find a campsite. Well, this is our campsite. If you look that way, we have a great view of the Tetons. I think this might be the second best site here. The other site has been taken 2 times now, so that's kind of unfortunate, but we'll take what we can get. Yeah. But here's our hotel on wheels. So we have a Alucab Gen 3R on top, and then that's basically all we have. We have a fridge in the back if we walk this way. So I picked that up a couple weeks ago, a month and a half ago in Oregon from our resident EV mechanic, Alex, with Out of Spec Renew. But here we have a fridge. I've got a e-taker power station and Starlink set up, so we have internet wherever we go, which is super nice. And then on this side, this is where Poppy will be sleeping tonight, and that's going to be inside the car, which will be a lot nicer because we slept with her inside the tent before and it was miserable, mostly because I got a little elevation sickness. But other than that, she just kept getting in our way while sleeping up there. It's really meant for like 2.5 people, not a dog that doesn't move around. But it's a lot better than what I had before, which was a cheap Chinese tent, and this is worlds of a difference. I'll give you a little setup tour of the GX. So I installed those solar panels right before we left, and there's double-sided taped on with 200 watts total. They're 100 each. I'm on Nokian Outpost ATs, or whatever they're called, Outpost and ATs, and they've been great so far. The sidewall's very strong on these. I've put them into a lot of rocks. This is a SMS front bumper, which is one of 10 maybe. I got it from a friend who crashed with it and got it re-welded. I did the headlights myself. They're pretty shit. Technical term, they have to be redone, but I made the inside gray and got black deflectors with a single halo ring because the other ones fell off. Dirty Life wheels, which I got for super cheap, and Dobinson lift kit. Other than that, everything's mostly stock, and it's just been our weekend getaway car, really our hotel on wheels, and this is really what we've been chasing for the last 2 years living in Colorado, is just living the life outdoors, really embracing the Colorado lifestyle. And soon it will be the North Carolina lifestyle and the East Coast mountains, which I am excited for. So I built this platform in here so we could accommodate a crate, and there will be a crash tested crate at some point, but just couldn't get one on time. And then this was our old sleeping platform, which has seen better days. Like you can see, these are bent, and it's a gigantic mess in here, which I'll fix one day, but don't really care. Sherpa rack and a Wii Boost, which is nice while driving because I don't have the Starlink Mini. I just have the Gen 2, but it's been great because we really don't need it other than while we're camped. So I got an Alucab because I was looking at a Go FSR and realized that these were kind of in the same price range, but way better material. This is a company based out of South Africa, I believe. Yeah, South Africa. And the nicest thing is it has power. So you can just plug this in, which is an Anderson connector. So I plug it into a cigarette outlet right here, and then just push it in here. If I turn it the right way, boom, and then there's power to the tent, so I can charge my phone. We can have a heated blanket in there for cold nights, and there's a light up top, which is super nice. But the mattress and everything, you could fit bedding in. You can leave pillows in, but we added a 2-inch foam mattress topper, which has really helped. but this is way better than most tents that are on the market, especially if you can find one used for a good price, because it does not use a self-inflating mattress. I really hate those. I've had the worst luck with them, and they tend to always leak, especially in the cold nights. A lot of people upgrade this with a Hesty mattress, but I didn't feel like spending the money. I just got a mattress topper, and everything fits besides pillows, but that's fine because I have plenty of space in here, and I have this like hammock thingy that jackets are in there now, but I can put the pillows in there. And then this is just an Amazon fridge slide I got from a friend for 50 bucks. And that's really just like the entire thing. It's been awesome. This tent has, I can't stress it enough, has been like a major increase from what we had previously. And we had to custom mount it with Alex. But other than that, it's been phenomenal. It's been super warm and dry, even in the rain. It's been great. So this e-taker was sent to us a while ago to the Out of Spec crew. I got my hands on one, which was super nice. It's 87 amp hour, 2000 watt system with a peak of 3000. I think it will do for like a millisecond or two, so you can power whatever. We use a boiler for Poppy's food, and then underneath is like cooking stuff and just storage for other random tools, whatever. But this thing has been great. I used to have a 1000 watt, like 50 amp hour, and it just like wasn't enough. But with this, we can run the fridge Starlink and be completely off grid, especially with the solar, for ever, basically, as long as we're not chilling here for the day. For the most part, we've just been exploring the Tetons, which has been really enjoyable and scenic. The only thing we haven't really seen has been elk or moose. We've seen a decent amount of bison, but other than that, it's been very nice, very calm, maybe even the quietest campsite we've ever stayed at.
Okay, what are you making for dinner tonight?
Some shawarma, some chicken shawarma. I've made this ever since I've moved to Colorado. My mom used to make it a bunch. It's a quick, easy dinner, and it's Dutch seasoning, so it's even better.
Yeah, it's really good. We're gonna eat it with some naan.
And the specialty is the mayo garlic sauce. That just makes it the best.
Exactly. Dinner with a view.
We officially just wrapped up night one at camp, and it was quite nice. It wasn't too cold last night, and we're just packing up now because we're gonna go get some water. We ran out of water, whoops, and then gonna go to Yellowstone. But woke up with a nice view of that this morning, which was super nice, and we slept great. Poppy did great in the car. Her crate was back there, as you guys saw. And she was just quiet the entire night, and now she's just playing with the ball. Yeah. So now we're just packing up and then going to go to Yellowstone, so we'll show some of that later today. Pit stop number one of today. Where are we?
We're in Coulter Bay. It's in the national park on the north side. I think it's the biggest lake in the park. It's really pretty.
I'm gonna take a swim in there. We got some coffee. We're just kind of walking her around, gonna get her some breakfast. We finally got her some water.
This is as close as she can be to the water because dogs aren't allowed on the beach or in the water. We're on the trail. Really anywhere except the parking lot and the picnic area.
Yeah, but you're allowed to have a boat in the water, which makes sense. next eruption isn't until 3:09, and it is 2:05 right now, which sucks. But I remember as a little kid being here, and we watched it erupt right there, which is pretty cool. But I don't think we're going to stick around. I think we're going to get some gas, some food, and then head to the other visitor center that's back where we came from, and then head back to the park. But it's still pretty cool to see. We ended up getting a bunch of waters and some lunch. And so we actually were here for another hour, so we're just going to stay and watch this thing erupt. Lexie's up there somewhere, so we'll swap in the footage at some point of her experiencing it for the first time.
All right, we're back at the geyser, waiting for it to erupt. We got quite a few people gathered around now. Next time it's supposed to erupt is 3:09. And it's currently 3:05, so any minute. Wow! There it goes. It just keeps going.
On our way back from Old Faithful, we talked to a tour guide, and he's like, you have to go to Midway Geyser Basin, so this is just some clips of me walking through there.
You can really feel different areas of heat here, especially when the winds are changing from these geysers, whatever you want to call them. And it's actually quite cool, especially seeing all the turquoise blue inside of them.
Well, on the way back from Yellowstone, we stopped back into the Tetons because you kind of drive through it on the way in or out of Yellowstone from the south side. So we just drove back through the long way to enjoy more of the Tetons. Going back to camp, we just set up camp on the leveling blocks and just had dinner, which were some burgers, and then went to bed. Nothing really crazy that night happened. We just sat around for a bit, but it was an early dinner for us, but we'll catch you guys in the morning.
Our final morning here. I'm packing up slowly. I'm going to take everything out of the back of the car, reorganize, compact everything so we have a little bit more space in the back. But I think last night was pretty good. It was nice and warm, like low 60s, high 50s during the night, which was great. We slept really well inside the tent, and she did too inside the car, which just made it super easy, especially when we have to get out and pee or something in the middle of the night. That way we're not waking her up or having to move her around. I didn't want to mention why we have this tent is because we've been leaving during the day to go adventure like you've seen prior, and the tent allows us to show that someone's staying here without having to actually leave a car or something else. So we've been leaving the 2 chairs, the cooking table, and then this tent, and then the hammock we've used a little bit, but mostly we've just been hanging out here looking at the view. We definitely know we want to have more lounge chairs, but we'll get to that at another point. But yeah, that's the reason why we have the tent. But now I will kind of compact everything and then show you guys what the trunk looks like once everything is situated. Doing a little morning walk with Munchkin right here, or Stinky, or Poppy, however you want to call her. We're just going down the trail we drove up yesterday. There's the beautiful Tetons, and just get some energy out before our 8-hour drive home today. This also, she loves this off leash, especially that she can roam around and sniff all of the stuff and shrubbery in here, and then I can easily just call her over with a treat, but she's doing a good job. Here's the inside of the tent. We've a nice light up there. There's a power strip in that corner so I can plug my phone in at night. And this is how I have it set up to when I open and close it, which is super nice because when you open it, throw 2 pillows in here and you're ready for bed basically. But super nice materials in here. Definitely recommend Alucab if you have a chance. I did see if you're in Colorado, Running for Tacos just became an authorized dealer. If you want to buy one new, I definitely think they are worth the money over any other clamshell tent. And you have plenty of headspace in here too. Oh man, I'm out of breath from walking Poppy, but that you can sit up perfectly straight, change. There's plenty of room on the inside. But the one thing I don't really like is that this light is super bright. So I think I'm going to put a red tint over top of it to attract less bugs and better for your eyes at night. So this is the setup right now. Way more organized than when we left for sure. Mostly because her bed's not on top of everything now. So now it's pretty easy to get to everything. I know where everything is, which before is kind of all thrown together. You can kind of see it's kind of getting hazy. We are actually leaving at the perfect time because it seems like the smoke from the fire at the first campsite we wanted to stay at is rolling in now, and I wouldn't want to stay here when it's super smoky. So quite nice, worked out well. We had a super lovely weekend. Great presents. Kind of annoying dog that kept eating sticks, but it was finally eating her food. So I'll show you guys how easy it is to close the tent. But one thing I wanted to mention was also, it's weird, we came here the first day and there was no noise at all, no plane noise, and clear skies. We have clouds now and we hear every single plane coming in.
Not that it's loud, it's just,
yeah,
it's still very far away.
Yeah, we didn't hear it till the second morning, or the first morning after the first night that we heard the planes once the clouds were in, but other than that, it's still quite nice. But let me show you how easy this is. This is why I love clamshells and just like hard-sided rooftop tents, because all you have to do is this, grab the top, pull that in, do this, and then give it a good shut. Voila. This one takes a little more pressure. There we go. And we're good to go. Gotta take the lettuce blocks off, but that's why I like these so much. You just like pop it up, especially this one with the bedding inside. You just throw the pillows in and you're good to go. We've made it to downtown Jackson. We just got a patch for up here for Jackson Hole, and I got a hat too. Lexie's getting us some coffee, and then I tried to clean the windshield over there, but it is disgusting, or the windshield's disgusting, and none of the brushes in there had any type of liquid or anything. But the nice thing is we're parked next to a Defender X 110 V8, so that's quite nice. That's what Lexie wants to daily drive. I'm thinking more maybe an Ineos Grenadier to maybe replace this, which would be cool, but that will be in 2 years' time at least. So we're almost home. We're about to take our exit, and I think both of us really enjoyed this trip and definitely are going to make an attempt to come back to the Tetons and especially to Yellowstone to explore more of the park. We heard from a tour guide there that there was so much more to see, especially on the east side, where you could see more of the animal crossings and some other big geysers. But I think it was successful nonetheless, and we had a good time. The tent made it super easy, and now after this, I'm going to Moab tomorrow with a Hummer EV, G-Wagon EV, and the Rivian R1S, and we're going to take this because this is the trustworthy steed and kind of made to overland and camp out of, so that will be exciting, so stay tuned for that. But thanks for coming along with us. I have no idea how long or how short this video was, but I hope it was somewhat entertaining. But we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.